This episode, I'm going to talk about an online site where you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Other than YVD and answer more of your questions. So let's go ahead and get started.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that lets you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won.
Major Matt 91 writes, "Hey Shin, I found that aggro and turbo have been overwhelming the tournament scenes as of late, while control is becoming basically unplayable. Not counting Gladiator Beasts because they depend on an aggressive engine to fire off. Why do you think that is?" I think the very nature of the game, along with the ban list of course, is what pushes aggressive decks to the top tables on a consistent basis. Limiting cards like Scapegoat and Level Limit Area B and Gravity Bind and stuff like that makes control decks more inconsistent and therefore not able to win an average of 7 games in a row, ruining their tournament records. It really seems like the days of control in this game are pretty much over, which is sad, yet at the same time I wouldn't want to play against another gold control deck anytime soon. TYP336 writes, "Hey Shinfitz, my question is, what do you think about the stop of support for certain deck type support, like Crystal Beasts, Cyber Darks, etc.? I personally think with better support, these decks can be considered more competitive than what they are now, like a search card or some sort of new draw power." Another question is, do you think America should get Blackwing Treasure? It's a normal spell. You can discard one Blackwing monster to draw 2 cards, basically like the D-Draw or Recharge for the deck type. I think it should be made not just to make Blackwing better, but to bring in fairness principle into play, because, I mean, we have the D-Draw engine that can fit in almost every deck nowadays, and then you have Lightsworn with Charge of the Light Brigade, Solar Recharge, and an upcoming Lightsworn tuner as an American exclusive in Stardust Overdrive. I mean, really, people still have these engines and decks to worry about, but they want to keep a deck that can put those decks in their place down. I don't get it. Please explain it to me if you get it. Thanks. Okay, first question. A few friends and I always dub certain deck archetypes a Gravekeeper, quote unquote, as in since Gravekeepers were one of the first archetypes to be released and started the trend of being barely top tier, then never being touched again by the design team whatsoever, much like Crystal Beast, Cyber Darks, Volcanics, etc. I mean, you name it. To be honest, I don't know why they don't go back and give a card or two to these archetypes. It seems the Yu-Gi-Oh! Design team feels these archetypes are just flavor of the month, I guess, never to be touched again once they've been tried and maybe viewed as a failure. But to be fair, they have been getting better, showing some love to Gladiator Beast, and many cards over the course of more than just a few sets to the Elemental Heroes. Since I feel they really should get off their lazy butts and, take out some of the set space that is given to below par cards that never see play anyway, and at least slap on the title Gravekeeper or, Crystal Beast in their name, just so that, it gives me more options for those old deck types. I don't know why they don't do it, but I'm in agreement. They really need to do something like that and give those old deck types some love. In any case, this next question is a touchy subject. Personally, as many of my longtime viewers know, I hate the fact that light and dark elements are made the most consistent. As far as those elements go, I really don't think they need much more cards that help them draw, search, or destroy other cards. However, a lot of Blackwing players feel they need a little boost to make the deck more competitive, I guess. I don't know if this is a fair way to get that boost, but at the same time, I don't think it would be unfair for America to get this card. If draw power is what you need, couldn't Blackwing decks just use Allure of Darkness? I don't know. You said in your question that the D-Draw engine can fit into almost any deck now, so couldn't Blackwing players just splash the D-Draw engine and see how that works? I don't know. I'm not saying we shouldn't get the card. I'm just not 100% sure it's needed right now, especially with all the draw options that are already available for Dark players. I'd like to see more Blackwing support. I'm just not sure if this is what that support should be. Mega Manga Man 316 writes, what do you think is the hardest deck or decks for you to face off against from any time since Yu-Gi-Oh has been out? The hardest decks I can remember was playing during the Chaos era when some of the most broken cards were legal, like Imperial Order, Painful Choice, The Forceful Sanctuary, Delinquent Duo, Sinister Serpent, Pot of Greed, Graceful, Raigeki, Duster. I mean, do I really have to go on? In my opinion, those were the dark ages of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm glad they're over. XX Death Demon writes, hey Shinfitz, I've been wondering something. I am currently using a Crystal Beast deck with Rainbow Dragon, Rainbow Neos, and a few Synchros. Is using this deck a good combination, or is it just not good at all against an opponent? Crystal Beasts have potential to be good, but they do need a lot more support to get there. Rare value isn't cutting it as far as draw cards, and some new Crystal Beast monsters would be great for the archetype. But with what we have now, one could make a somewhat decent deck. I don't think you should run Polymerization or Elemental Hero Neos, or bother to try getting out Rainbow Neos. You already have a great finisher in Rainbow Dragon. If I personally were running the deck, I'd focus on the Crystal Beast, their field spell card, and summoning Rainbow Dragon and or Crystal Abundance to finish off the opponent. Forgive me if I missay this name. I believe it's Alam Lion. Anyway, Alam Lion writes, here's a fun question. What type of dueling mat do you recommend to someone? Is there anyone in particular that you like? A lot of people seem to be using a Dad or Judgment Dragon mat. Do you think mats are even important at all? And finally, if you had to customize a mat, what would it have on it? To be honest, mats used to be a prestige thing, but even to this day, and even back then, I don't think that they were very important at all. I will say that mats are a godsend to white colored sleeves, though. It really keeps them from getting those nasty black smudges on it, which I can't stand. I really like the original plain old Yu-Gi-Oh mat. It's no frills, and I think it blends in pretty well with most of the sleeve colors that people choose to use nowadays. It wouldn't really be fair for me to give a general suggestion for a playmat. It really depends on the type of person I'm suggesting it to, so I don't know what to say for that. And as far as a custom mat for myself go, for me, I like a lot of different stuff. I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Dragon Ball, The Legend of Zelda, but I think I'd really love a Magination themed playmat. And if you don't know what Magination is, you should Google it. That's going to be it for this episode. I apologize to those who I couldn't get their questions squeezed in. But if you'd like, I'll either answer you in a private message or in the next episode. The site that I wanted to talk about is, a link will be in the description box. It's called Trade Cards Online. If you don't know about it, it's a site that you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games on it. It's really cool. I'm there pretty often. The rooms are pretty full, but keep trying, and I'm pretty sure you can get a game in every now and again. Anyway, that's going to be it for Duel School with Fitzroy. My name is Fitzroy. You guys just got schooled.